Welcome back everyone to my Manchester United save on FM17. Today's episode, it's going to be a little bit different. The episode's going to be shorter. We've got no games to play now. The season is over. We're into the summer. We're taking a little bit of a break. Things are going to be a bit slower. We're going to go through the end of season awards. We've basically got to keep moving on after that Champions League final loss against PSG. If you missed that, sorry for spoiling it, but you can go back and check it out for yourself if you wish to. So players inducted into United's overall best 11 squad for the season. It's nice to see Blind's name on that team sheet in central midfield, actually, seeing that he only came into the team, was getting first team football towards the second half of the season. But the end of season award, so the fans player of the season goes to Anthony Martial by 67%. That's a lot. He did really stand out. No wonder PSG are interested in him. And then Lewandowski and Lindelof in third. The goal of the season goes to Juan Mata's effort against Bournemouth. This was at Old Trafford. Was this? I think this was a free kick. I think this was one of the games that I played off camera. I don't think I recorded this as a live com. We're going to find out anyway. We're going to see why this goal by Juan Mata is so deserving of goal of the season. It's taken a long time to load for some reason. Here we go. It was the free kick, yes. I remember that. Top left-hand corner. Beautiful goal by Juan Mata. I mean, the majority of our goals have been scored at the near post with that as signature with Lindelof and Lewandowski. But Blind and Herrera alongside each other. Remember, Pogba missed the majority of the season with that broken leg. But Valencia's in on the right. What's that all about? I thought Mkhitaryan would have took that. But there's our season review of the 2018-2019 season. United have been expected to make much of the Premier League title running, but ultimately flattered to deceive. And qualification for continental competition will have done little to detract from the feeling that they should have performed better. So we got knocked out of the Champions League in the final. We finished third in the Premier League. We won the FA Cup. We won the EFL Cup and the Community Shields. Yes, on FM we'll go down for winning the treble, but it's not the real treble. Moment to forget was that 2-0 loss against Tottenham. Really should have won that. In the moment to remember was the 4-0 win against Derby. Let's hold the team meeting before all the players go away for their break. The season is over. It's time for you all to go and have a well-deserved break. I want every single one of you to come back. We're going for the Champions League next season and also the Premier League title. Pogba winning the title is a huge challenge, but one, I know this squad are up for. That's exactly the reaction I was looking for. And there is the confidence review from Ed Woodward. So we're living up to the club philosophies, obviously with our attacking football, playing the youngsters as well. There's the injury list. So you can see Pogba was out for 5 months. That came around about, I think it was December, January time. Put him out for the rest of the season. Now, pre-season dates, I'll probably go for 5 weeks. We have had a decent season. We've performed well in the majority of games. And I know that Martial picked up the player of the season for United. But let's see who else has been performing for us. And James Wilson is top of that list. I mean, he's made 6 appearances, 5 off the bench, scored 7 goals. He's been brilliant coming in for some of the smaller games, the cup games where I've needed him to rest key players in rotation. But I mean, players like Gribber and Januzaj, they've done brilliantly. But you can see that Lindelof, Lewandowski, our first team players, Small and Shaw, they're all up there as well. And just looking at this team, it's such a solid platform to build upon now for this summer. We will lose Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He is about to retire. He spent 3 seasons with us. In that first one, he scored 40 goals in 37 appearances. Last season, he scored 30 goals in 38. And this season, he hasn't really had much to do for United, as Robert Lewandowski came in the summer and pretty much took that first team spot away from him. Looks like we're making financial fair play. Nothing to worry about there. Looks like we've been hit with a tax bill of, no, not too bad, 9.75. Let's have a look at the commercial summary. And it's looking pretty decent. We've got a new sponsorship deal there. Well, 9 new deals, which will bring in 10.5 million a year. Sponsorship has gone up as well compared to last season. And our facilities have been downgraded, which is a shame. But this is the way the footballing world is going. It develops season after season. Annual youth setup, Blind, interest in Martial, no surprise. Now, Martial As you know, I did promise Martial to win the Champions League this season. We lost that, of course, but Rufaria, my assistant manager, said that Martial's going to give us another season. He's going to stay for another season, but I'm not sure if PSG are going to manage to lure him away. I hope that's not going to be the case. I'm going to try my best to hold on to him. We'll see how things go in the summer. But there is our season summary, pretty much. Finished third in the league. What a last day that was. We lost the Champions League final, and we won the other 3 competitions that we were in. But what a team. Such a solid platform to build upon. It really is. You can see I've got 111 million to spend in the summer. I do have a couple of players in mind. You'll have to stay tuned for the next episode to find out who they are. That's of course if I can get them. Oh, there we go. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has decided to call time upon his career, and he has retired. He's left Manchester United. It's almost going to bring a tear to my eye, even though he's been here for 3 seasons. He's such a fantastic player. He's a match winner. We are going to miss him because, I mean, last season he was good backup to have, a good option to have on the bench. You know, having that experience, that quality that he possesses. Probably could have gone on for another season, but it looks like he's maybe going to go into coaching now. But I'm not going to... I mean, look at his attributes there, tactical, attacking. I'm not going to bother signing him as a coach. I think it's probably best that we both go our separate ways now. Zlatan, who knows, maybe he'll go back to Sweden. We'll see. Well, this is interesting. So PSG have lost. I don't understand that. Why would Unai Emery, the manager for PSG, who took them to the Champions League final season just gone and beat us on penalties, why would he leave? Who's he gone to? So they've got a position open now. They've just offered me the manager's role. Pep Guardiola's been linked with the move to PSG. He's only been in charge of Chelsea for a season. So where's... Well, actually, I think it's been less than a season. He's been doing a good job at Chelsea as well, Pep. So where's Emery gone to? I know that Real Madrid sacked Zinedine Zidane because of their poor league performance, but has Emery gone to Real Madrid? He has. Look at that. Unai Emery is now in charge of Real Madrid. So after winning 3 Champions League titles in 3 seasons, he's now gone to Real Madrid. Different challenge. What a signing that is for Madrid, to be fair. I mean, with Zinedine Zidane in charge in this save, they didn't seem as though they were going anywhere. They weren't performing well in La Liga and also the Champions League. So now that's a huge signing for Madrid. You know, I look forward to maybe facing Real Madrid somewhere down the line. Maybe we'll get them in the Champions League next season. I want to get one over on Emery. After the last couple of times we've played PSG, he's always got the better of me, and I feel as though next season we will most certainly be back and stronger than ever before. It'll be interesting to see how well he gets on in his first season. Will he be able to win La Liga? Will he be able to take Real Madrid all the way to the Champions League final? We'll have to keep an eye on him. I'll keep you guys updated. It's a nice offer and everything though from PSG, but I'm going to have to say no. I want to stay at Manchester United. I've still got things to do, things to win. So, tactics. Now, this 4-2-3-1 formation of mine, which I've used for the majority of the season, you guys can find this on Steam. You can download it for yourselves now if you want. You can find it under Peyton's 4-2-3-1. I think if you just go into the workshop and put that into the search engine, but you'll see sometimes, I mean the majority of the time I will go attacking. It all depends on the opposition that you're playing, but if you're against the top side and you're away from home, I'll go on defensive. But these are the instructions that I go with. Higher tempo, rarely wasting time, unbalanced as well with the width. Now, closing down, I consider this to be the most important part of this tactic, and you'll find that as well if you do decide to go ahead and download it and try it out for yourself. This is something that I will be changing up as a match goes on. This is what I'll be using more. I will select that if we're playing, let's say, a Championship side, League 1, League 2, a weaker team basically, if they come to Old Trafford. It'll all be United. It'll be one-way traffic, utter domination, pushing the opposition into a corner and not allowing them to get out. But at the same time, it is kind of a cautious tactic as the defensive line, it's slightly deeper. I never change that. Yes, it probably leaves a little bit of a hole between midfield and defence, but it's being cautious. I mean, there's been countless times where the opposition have hit us on the counter. They've got past our defensive line because I've been playing too far up the pitch with the team. We've got too confident and they've hit us on the break and they've gone on to score. So slightly deeper, more for closing down if we're playing a weaker side. But if a team like, let's say, Stoke, Liverpool, Man City as well, Chelsea, some of the top sides, teams that you know that are going to be tough, we go to sometimes. But if they turn up on the day and they're very poor, then we'll turn it up to more. But if they come to Old Trafford and they're going to have one of those games where they're just going to be world class, they're going to be so much better than you, you can make their life difficult and you can turn that down to less and just keeping a solid team shape, making things a lot more difficult for the opposition to break you down. Now, when playing away, I will sometimes, I mean, if you're playing a tough side again, like a Chelsea, like a Man City, like an Arsenal, I will switch to defensive with this tactic and then have sometimes I'm closing down or less, and then it's just even. Don't worry, the word defensive, I think some people on FM, they get put off by the fact that, oh no, the team's not going to be attacking, we're just going to be sat back on our laurels and just making sure we park the bus. It's not the case. Even on defensive, your team is still going to be attacking, but they're just going to be a bit more conservative about it. I mean, look at some of the games that I've had to play throughout this save so far with United. You know, we've gone to places like Barcelona, Inter Milan, Arsenal, City, and so on. I've had to set it to defensive. We've had to be sometimes on closing down or less. But yet we've still come away from that game with the majority of possession, the majority of chances on goal, and the majority of the time we've won the game as well. So for those that are a bit apprehensive by the word defensive, don't be. I mean, I've seen some FM YouTubers, FM streamers on Twitch that will go to teams like Barcelona or Real Madrid and they'll be on attacking and they fall right into the trap and they go on to lose the game when they could have done so much better. I think in their defence, no pun intended, it's very easy to choose attacking. It's what everyone wants from their team. They want their team to be taking the match to the opposition. They want them to be playing attractive football. They want them to be scoring as many goals as possible. But, you know, certain situations just can't allow it. And that's where I think the majority of people will slip up and they'll get frustrated at the game and then they won't bother with it again. You know, football has changed. Football Manager has changed. You just got to be smart. You got to look at the bigger picture. And it's as simple as that. It's not hard, really. Remember, you can download this tactic now on the Steam Workshop for Football Manager 2017. It's under Payton's 4231. Let me know how you get on with it on your save. And as always, if you've got any questions regarding this tactic or anything else, be sure to ask them in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them. But for now, that is it for Season 3 with Manchester United. Thank you all for tuning in. It is much appreciated and I will see you all back here soon for Season 4. What a season it's going to be. Thanks for watching, guys.